Okay, so get this. Today we're going deep, like deep, into something I think we all use every day.
Let me guess. Coffee.
Haha, close. We're diving into the history of the smartphone. But not just like a boring list of dates and models.
Yeah, like when was the first iPhone? Who cares, right?
Exactly. The source material you gave me is amazing. It's all about the turning points, the big aha moments, the stuff that really changed how these things evolved.
Moments that really shifted the landscape. Yeah.
Totally. And it's pretty wild to think how fast it all happened. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that these were just like fancy toys for early adopters.
Right. And now, well, try living without one. Good luck. They've become completely essential.
So where do we even start with all this?
Good question. We could maybe break it down into eras, like chapters in the smartphone story.
Oh, I like that. Eras. Okay, so era one, what do we call it? The Dark Ages.
Not quite.
Yeah.
But before the smartphone as we know it, there was definitely a pre-smartphone era. Think back to like the late 90s, early 2000s, PDAs were a thing.
PDAs, like Palm Pilots and those clunky things.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the precursors to smartphones. People were trying to be mobile and connected.
And then there were those...
feature phones?
Yes, feature phones. Some of them even had internet, but it was like...
Oh, it was painful, super slow, and the interfaces were like navigating a maze blindfolded.
But still, those early devices, even though they were kind of janky, they were important.
Absolutely. They were like the first experiments. They were figuring out touchscreens, mobile internet, even apps, but in a very, very basic way, laying the foundation for what was coming.
Setting the stage. Okay, so that brings us to, I guess, the iPhone moment, right? 2007, everything changes.
It really does. I mean, I think it's fair to call it the iPhone revolution because it wasn't just a new phone. It was a whole new idea of what a phone could be.
And it was so sleek. That design, the touchscreen was like magic compared to what we were used to.
Right. It finally felt intuitive, easy to use. And remember those early commercials? They were really pushing the idea that it wasn't just a phone. It was an iPod. It was a web browser, all in one.
Yeah. I remember thinking, like, the future is here and it fits in my pocket, but it was just Apple doing their thing, right? Kind of a closed system.
That's right. But then comes Google and Android.
Ah, yes, the Android age.
Exactly. Google saw the potential of an open source operating system and boom, this whole diverse ecosystem explodes. Suddenly you have Samsung, HTC, LG, everyone jumping in with their own takes on the smartphone.
And then it was like this app frenzy. Suddenly there were apps for everything.
Oh yeah, both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store just fueled this app explosion. And it totally changed the game. It wasn't just about making calls anymore.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So what do we call this current era? I mean, are they even phones anymore?
That's a good point. Maybe. Beyond the phone. Because they've become so much more than just communication devices.
Seriously. Think about it. When was the last time you used a standalone camera? Or a paper map?
I know, right? Their cameras, GPS devices, wallets.
The whole lives are on these things. And then you have smartwatches, tablets.
Yeah.
All extending the smartphone experience even further. It's kind of mind-blowing.
Totally. The smartphone has become this central hub for everything we do. But, it makes you wonder, what's next?
Right. What happens after the smartphone? Flying cars.
Yeah.
Teleportation.
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but there's already some pretty crazy stuff happening.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, foldable devices are getting more and more sophisticated. And the way they're integrating AI is, who knows what they'll be capable of in a few years.
It's kind of exciting, isn't it? It's a little scary maybe, but exciting.
Definitely. And it makes you think, how have smartphones changed your life? And what do you think the future holds for them?
Yeah. What do you think is coming next?
That's a great question for everyone listening to think about. And here's one final thought. Will smartphones just keep getting better and better? Or will something completely new come along, something we can't even imagine yet? Who knows? Maybe in 10 years we'll look back at these things and laugh.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I think I need to go charge my phone.
Me too.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with me. Until next time.
It was fun. See you later.